Barney Pityana takes over as the chairperson of the National Lotteries Commission. The commission has been facing allegations of mismanagement of funds with the Special Investigating Unit that my colleague has just spoken about, saying that they uncovered 300 million rand in corrupt payments made from the National Lotteries Commission. Well, the new chairperson of this commission is Professor Barney Pityana, who joins us now via the virtual platform. Prof, thank you very much for your time. I can't not miss this question to say to you that you are taking up or walking into what appears to be a political hot potato. Why did you even agree to do this?
Thank you very much, Pauline. Thank you to your viewers and your colleagues. I agreed to do that because the National Lottery is at a crisis point. When as a nation we get to this crisis position, it is correct that everybody be called in to try and rescue the situation as best one can. And in a sense, I'm very humbled, was surprised to be invited to do this, but actually recognize the crisis in which a very important institution in our national life has been. And I have been involved with the National Lottery right from the beginning, because as you will recall, actually, I used to be the chair of Utingo, the operation company, or the first operation company in 1998, I think it was. So I come in with an experience of leading the National Lottery. But secondly, I come in with a passion for what the lottery is actually there for. The lottery is actually there to generate good causes, to regulate lotteries in the nation and in public life. It is there to really provide resources for the needy and the vulnerable, which otherwise public resources can't reach.
Yeah.
But it's also there to just make sure that our people, in a developmental sense, can actually get resources to develop and improve their lives, whether they're by winning a lottery or by actually contributing to the well-being of the communities where they live.
Yeah.
So I'm very passionate about that, and so I was chuffed to be really invited to participate in this.
Well, Professor, let me qualify why I framed my first question as that of being a political hot potato, the position you are going into. And that is that the license, the lottery's license, it's up for renewal in July next year. And the EFF has seized that very opportunity to say that this is about the Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Ibrahim Patel, lining up his lieutenants in order for this lottery license to go to those that perhaps will be in the same faction with him in the governing party. This is simply a competition about the resources of the National Lottery being directed in a particular way or channeled in a particular way. Is this what this is all about?
Well, that is no hot potato, because that's really nonsense. It's absolutely capital letter nonsense. Because those who say that, they do not know me, they do not know the other members of the commission, they do not understand the level of our integrity and our history in public life in this country. They actually think that everything is as they see it. But actually, at the end of the day, the Commission will review and take decisions and make considered opinions, which will be submitted to the minister.
Yeah.
And really, I find that actually quite insulting. You know, I think I pay due regard to my history of integrity in public life, for life actually. When many of the people who are saying what they say, they were nowhere to be seen. They probably didn't even exist. So actually, I don't think they've got any right to speak about us, not just myself, Dr. Cassius Lubisi, Video Hofmeyer, and others. I think they should not be allowed to peddle such nonsense.
Some choice words there, Professor. Explain to us the role played by the National Lotteries Commission in the issuance of lottery licenses. How important or how significant a role do you play?
Extremely important, because we not only issue the license, we issue the license after a great deal of consultation, a lot of technical review of the capacities, and also really review the nature of the lottery and the responsibilities of the lotteries in national life, either concerns about gambling as an addictive activity, but also concerns about how resources are generated and how they are distributed and how they are used, what impact they might have. So we have a regulatory function in the lottery. We also see if there are any newcomers into the market of lottery, and determine whether in fact there is adequate or meaningful space for any newcomers. Because the lottery has been extended to different kinds of lotteries since it started when I was chair of Utingo. But we still have to make sure that it doesn't flood the market and that the extent of the lottery is kept at a level at which society can actually manage and function.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the distribution function is in the hands of the National Lottery Distribution Trust Fund.
Okay.
That have got their own chairpersons, but ultimately they report back to the board.
Yeah. Prof, let me wrap this up and ask you this question. Your initial response is that you are there to fix things because this institution is very important, particularly in lifting the lives of those who are poorer than you and me. So let's talk about the operations of the NLC. Here's our understanding. The Chief Financial Officer, Kolile Ntuli, the understanding is that she has resigned. The COO, Chief Operations Officer, Philemon Letwaba, has been issued with a notice to suspend him. Is it fair to characterize this institution that you are coming into as being in a state of chaos?
I can't give any definitive information any more than I read in the newspapers at this point, Cody. I'm yet to receive a briefing from the minister, from colleagues in the commission, and indeed from the secretariat of the commission. Let me tell you what the minister said to me were critical issues, and he was quite correct. The first one is to pay attention to and execute the recommendations of the SIU report, which you started with today. And I, for one, 300 million looks like is the tip of the iceberg. So some work needs to be done about that. But the second thing he said, that, and that's all that he mentioned, the commissioner who acts as the chief executive officer, as contract comes to an end in September. And therefore one of our immediate tasks is to begin the search process for a commissioner stroke chief executive officer. The third thing the minister said is that the lottery operator is coming to the end has already come to the end, by the way. But the chaos that you referred to was such that they were not able to actually work the timetable properly in order for Ituba to, or any others, call for proposals to take place. And so one of the things that we're going to be almost immediate get down to is preparations for the calls for proposals. So at the moment, those three, I think they are the immediate tasks that we have to pay attention to.
All right.
Now, it's always important to say, you're telling me about what's going on. And my colleagues who are the new board have already started working, and some of the matters that you're referring to are the work of the new board that is already implementing the recommendations of the SIU report.
Prof, I'm completely out of time, but I'm triggered by your words that the amount of 300 million is possibly the tip of the iceberg, to use your words. To your understanding, how much money has been misused then by this NLC and the previous leadership?
I don't know. Even the fact that 300 million could have been misplaced. We've got to put systems in place. Governance is key in this. We've got to have systems in place so that while we are following the money, as it were, and whoever is behind it and where it has gone, we must also make sure that we provide facilities so that the beneficiaries do not suffer irreparable harm as a result of what has happened in the lottery. So we've got to operate in a pincer sort of movement.
All right.
To protect this. But I have a sense that I wouldn't be surprised if there's more damage that has been done. The previous chairperson was chairperson for 11 years. This is not just something that is likely to have happened yesterday. Sure. In 11 years, anything could happen.
Professor, let me thank you very much for your time.
That's the
newly appointed chairperson of the National Lotteries Commission, Professor Barney Pityana.